Hello and welcome. 3.23 is shaping up to be one of the biggest patches Star Citizen has ever seen, and some of the biggest news that we've had in Star Citizen since CitizenCon, really. It's packed with tons of features, tons of quality of life, and it looks and sounds amazing. But it does bring up a few concerns for me. First off, the new EVA, it looks awesome, especially compared to what we have right now. It looks smooth. It just plain looks awesome. I mean, flying like this instead of like this, it looks awesome. We know that right now, currently, EVA is terrible. You're constantly bumping into things. You're getting caught on stuff. You fall flat on your face. Getting out of ships, you do this the corkscrew spin. It's a pain. It's a pain. It has always been a pain. The new EVA looks like it could be a lot easier to use. The decoupled that they talked about, that's a huge thing. That's super huge. But being as that I pirate, being inside of enclosed tight spaces, I'm hoping that decoupled is a toggle that I can turn it on and off, because otherwise, flying head first in these tight spaces, you're going to be slamming your head into walls, sliding sideways into hallways and doorways. So I hope that that ends up being something that you can toggle on and off. On a good note, it seems like it's a lot easier to get in and out of ships without falling all over yourself. They showed the Cuddy Black a lot, both entering and exiting, but it makes me wonder, how is this going to work on larger ships, say like a C2 or an M2, which has always been a pain getting in and out of the ship. Now, getting out was easier than getting in. Once again, you're constantly slamming into the ground and you get stuck in the animation where you can't get back up. So hopefully, between networking, desync, and, well, just EVA 2.0, it makes it a lot easier to get in and out of these ships with large ramps. Now, one thing they didn't cover, and they showed no video for, was getting in and out of single-seat fighters. Once again, the bane of this current EVA is getting in and out of a ship, say, like the Gladiator or the Arrow, where you get out and the animation has started, and then when it stops, you start doing the spinny thing, and it throws you all over the place. Now, another big concern that I have is looking around. They showed looking forward, looking down, side to side, and then looking down to a point where it will flip you over. But how about looking up? So I got a little thing, a little doll. Yes, it's Eric from The Little Mermaid, and yes, I have daughters. How are we going to look up? You can't do this. So are we going to have to, roll to look up? So we're going to have to and then look up. So it might be intuitive with the roll, but it seems like another step to make to look up, which, in a combat situation, taking the time to roll then look up could get you killed. One of the other concerns I have is loading in EVA. Now, if you're doing the Superman pose and you're loading your ship in EVA and the decoupled thing, the decoupled isn't toggle on, toggle off, as you're moving around, pulling boxes from one ship to another, that seems like it could be hazardous to your health. Maybe when we're loading, maybe it goes to the old animation where we're up like this. But if you're down like this and you're decoupled and sliding forwards, backwards, side to side, and trying to move boxes at the same time, especially when you start getting into narrow working spaces, those boxes could kill you. So hopefully they have that worked out. I hope they have it worked out. I think it could be a real pain in the butt trying to move stuff while you're moving all over the place, and it would be really hard to control. Now, as far as combat, once again, I pirate quite a bit, and we're constantly boarding ships. The main issue that I have with EVA 2.0 and boarding ships is how fast is the time to kill going to be? Because if you're flying head first into ships and people are shooting at you, the only profile they have is your head. So every shot is going to land on your head. And what happens when every shot lands on your head? Doesn't matter if you're wearing a heavy helmet or not. Boom. You're dead. Now you might say, well, we're in a dark environment and it's going to be hard to pick out the head. Well, that might be true, but if you're in a dark environment, that means the person coming on your ship is in a dark environment. And what are they going to have on? The headlamp. And the headlamp is just basically a big bright light that says, shoot here. And once again, a couple of shots come in, and it's not going to take a lot. It's just going to take a couple of shots. Boom. Boom. You're dead. Now, with the current EVA and being upright like this, when you're taking shots, they can hit the core, the arms, the legs, and maybe the head. But being tipped down straight like this, every shot that lands is going to be a headshot. So that is a huge concern for me, and I hope it's a huge concern for people that are defending their ship. I don't want fights to be over in less than 2 seconds. Yeah, that's just how I feel. I feel being down this way versus this way when you're in a gunfight is going to lead to really fast time to kills. Now, another thing that gets glossed over a lot in the conversations that I've seen, while it's not a feature that's being added to 3.23, it will be coming down the line, and that's the EVA fuel.
Introduce the EVA fuel.
And the thing that has me concerned, not so much is having fuel, I've always said that Star Citizen has to balance fun with realism. The fun versus realism comes into play when they say things like,
You also need to build places to refuel.
now, does that mean I'm going to have to run all over the station to find a tube to stand in to refuel my EVA backpack or my EVA suit? Or am I going to have to run to a cargo or refining area to buy more EVA fuel canisters to put in my backpack? To me, it just seems like another way to spend more time prepping before I can go out and have my fun. The other thing that has me slightly concerned, and while yes, they may balance it out, is with the EVA fuel, most of the time when we're killed, it's not usually near a space station or another ship. You're usually out in the big black, and there might even be more ships fighting in that area. So if you need a pickup, you're going to have to travel a ways away. So that way your buddy can come in and get you a pickup without getting shot up. Now, decoupled may help with this, but it all boils back down to how much fuel do you have? Am I going to have to travel 2-3K away from a dogfight that's going on so that my buddy in his medical Pisces or Cuddy Red can come and pick me up? Am I going to have enough fuel to make it? So I hope that gets balanced out and, you know, we have the fuel that we need. Right now, in the current EVA, having unlimited fuel, it's not that big of a realism breaker for me. It really isn't. I don't think it's a big deal at all. So adding fuel, it seems a little much, but who knows? Could be balanced right, could be fun. I don't know. But having unlimited fuel, I don't think it's a big realism breaker or immersion breaker. I just want to be clear, EVA, the new EVA, I'm not saying it's going to be complete crap. I'm just saying that there's some concerns with it and some talking points. So I like the looks of it. I like the way it it moves, and hopefully it works out well. But those are my concerns, and maybe you guys have different ideas or different ways to approach it. I hope you guys found this video informative, that maybe you have differing ideas, and I'd like to see that down in the comments section. If you enjoyed this type of video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.